does a loss of biodiversity impact the ecosystem?
A loss of biodiversity impacts the ecosystem because when there is less variation on this planet, there is less animals contributing to the success of this planet, and therefore causes the ecosystem to not flourish to its fullest potential.
So what are the negative impacts of overhunting in regards to genetic variation of a species?
When we overhunt, for example, my favorite animal, cheetahs, we actually cause that population to go through something known as a bottleneck population. When organisms like the cheetah go through a bottleneck population, we limit their genetic diversity by eliminating other forms of variation of that genetic diversity, making almost all of those animals very similar. And as a result, eventually those animals will die off because all of the negative things that affect their genetics are eventually going to affect those organisms and eventually lead to the demise of that species.
So what are some examples of organisms that are suffering from this overhunting or overconsumption?
So cheetahs, again, would be a great example. Also, elephants are a really great example of this, and so are bees. And so a lot of times people think that bees are very annoying and just bothersome, but they do a huge role in our ecosystem in terms of pollinating. And when we think about giant organisms like elephants or cheetahs, we seem to think that there's more of an impact there, but smaller organisms are also a huge part of our ecosystem and our environment. And so when they're hunted or poached or killed, they actually take a lot away from our environment.
Are humans in the animal kingdom the only ones responsible for overconsumption?
I think humans are a large part of the responsibility in terms of overconsumption. I think humans have the cognitive ability to recognize their actions. I think if other animals in the animal kingdom are doing this, they're not recognizing their actions as transparently as humans are, because humans recognize that they are tearing down environments and hurting and killing animals, yet not making the choice to do better and not do those acts.
And the last question, how are scientists or researchers attempting to resolve this issue of overconsumption or to protect endangered species?
So scientists are creating things like natural reserves for animals. I know for cheetahs specifically, there is a conservation in Namibia, Africa, where scientists are going to not only increase genetic diversity by making sure that brothers and sisters don't mate, but by protecting those animals so that those animals have a safe space to grow. And as they grow and develop, they can create more of a population. So there is a lot of conservation fund efforts in place so that organisms like cheetahs and other animals that are going extinct do have a space to grow and thrive to create more of that population.